this might be a tough decision right now.
My team did absolutely
NFL games that were like,
Right.
whoa.
I actually don't
Had
understand.
a lot of mixed feelings.
Welcome, Disgruntled. We have another guest here on the Legal Domain.
It's so late that the maintenance guy is snoring down below us.
Are you
Time is it?
recording?
Yeah, I think so.
What the hell?
Is this how a recording goes? Oh my god, this is gonna look so weird.
This is the most awkward setup because you're facing forward and I'm sideways.
Yeah, I'll face myself sideways. How's this?
Better.
Okay.
That's how you have a conversation, Caleb. You face the person.
What if I don't want to look at your face?
You want to have a conversation with the audience.
Yeah. Well, what if the audience doesn't exist?
You learned about theater in your recent podcast, right?
Yeah.
Whenever in Shakespeare they would do an aside, they would face the audience. Not really. It's kind of like breaking the fourth wall, but not really. It's more like their inner thoughts
Yeah.
being revealed to the audience.
Oh, that's really cool.
And so, yeah.
So every time we do that, it's called a facade.
An aside,
An aside.
not a facade. That would be an attempt to hide something, I guess. A facade. Or to disguise.
So it's currently 2:06 in the morning, but you know we're on this grind. We don't believe in sleep. Sleep is irrelevant.
I've never slept, actually. It's
Yeah.
a fun fact about me. I don't know how. They tried to train me at one point because it became a medical issue, but they put me in the mental ward. They thought I had a chronic insomnia.
Well, do you?
And no, it's just I'm better than.
Okay.
That's
so-
my little bit of improv for the night.
Yes.
Now let's talk about things that are real, things that I don't have to improvise about because I know it off the top of my head because I am well read and studied.
Yes,
Caleb.
sir. Am I well read and studied?
We're going to find out. We're going to test your knowledge on week 13 of the 2021 NFL season.
Yes.
And how well you did in your predictions, in fact.
You know,
Let's jump right into it.
I did pretty good, but you did better. I say 95 is pretty good.
You know what? Yeah, 64%. That's good.
But you went 78%.
I went sicko mode,
yes,
as the cool kids say.
like I did the previous week. But the only thing is that...
You went 12-3 because you had an extra game.
And this time we didn't have as many disputes, so the
That's
differential... I gained more last week, but you gained more this week. No, wait. No, you gained less. I'm 2 a.m.
Right, yeah. You beat me by about 8.
Yeah. Well, you made 2 points ahead for this week, and now you're 2 points closer.
I've broken the 100 win plane.
Yee. Me too.
Well, yeah, you did that last week, but
So
let's
Dallas
talk about it.
Dallas Saints.
Dallas beat the Taysom Hill-led Saints. How many rushing yards did Taysom Hill have?
Over 100.
You're right. That is correct. I'm pretty sure.
I think it was like 101.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he also had 4 interceptions.
He did.
But somehow
he was playing with an injured hand.
I
think his finger, and he tried to put a splint or a brace on it.
Yeah.
And he said, "I can't do this."
Oh wow! Like mid-game?
Or maybe he could. Maybe I'm mixing up two different storylines. I think Joe Burrow. Someone took off their splint or something. And he just kept playing. Anyways,
and then
I think it was Taysom Hill.
Yeah. So Cowboys sadly lost. I mean won. They're 8-4 now. I was hoping that they would lose out, but this wasn't the case because they're actually a good team, sadly. But even though they had 4 interceptions, they still only got 27 points against the Saints, crippling Saints team. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch the game, so I don't really have much to say on this behalf, other than the Cowboys deserve less.
I don't think Dak had a good game, actually. I think there was a pick 6. And, well, actually, I can't look. I think he had 1 interception, 1 touchdown. I want to say that was his stat line, but I could be very wrong. Sorry if I am. But get over it.
Yeah. Haters. Stop hating on my boy Titus. He's never wrong.
We can move on, though.
Yes.
Miami versus New York Giants.
This was a blowout. This is how the Eagles game should have went, but
apparently, was this a blowout?
No, I guess not really, but it was a dominating performance.
I feel like if you hold a team to 20, like no matter how your offense does, like you can be proud as a defense. That's why I wouldn't call that a blowout, because it wasn't super dominant on both sides.
Yeah.
I think you have to be really high scoring, in order for it to be a blowout. kind of like Colts Houston. Anyways, I don't know anything about Miami, New York, other than the fact that Tua has had an amazing stretch of games recently, and he deserves his respect.
And they're going to make the playoffs.
It's possible.
They're going to. Now I'm a Dolphins fan because I gave up hope on the draft.
Who are
thing.
they replacing in the current picture? There's the Bills, there's the Chargers, and the Bengals, and the wild card right now. And the people on the bubble are the Colts and the Steelers.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Maybe like Las Vegas is near it. Yeah, Las Vegas is there basically.
I forget the picture. I remember seeing it, and I just saw pictures of them, everything being really close.
Who do you think Dolphins are taking out of the picture then?
Buffalo Bills.
Really? You don't think the Bills are going to?
They're going to start tanking. They're doing terrible. Josh Allen's a turnover machine.
All
they
right,
can't beat any good teams.
Speaking of the team on the bubble, there was a shutout victory, first shutout in a couple of years from the Colts.
The Colts
Something
did
Darius
good.
Leonard was really wanting. Yeah, they did really good, I think. I mean, this is the desirable outcome of any game, I feel like. Obviously, you could score more points, but at a certain point, you just kind of have to bench your really good players when you're going into your final stretch of games.
Yeah.
We ended the game with no injuries, so it was a good call. And we're going into a bye week. So after a bye week, we're going to be completely healthy. And
Jonathan Taylor had another dominant performance.
right, yeah, he did have 2 touchdowns.
He tied his most attempts at 32 for this year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people were saying to stop rushing him. On Twitter, I remember they're like, "Hey, we're about to enter a bye week. Let's just chill out. We won this game."
Mm-hmm.
And then he fumbled, and then that's when they benched him. So
yeah,
it was a good fumble.
And this
that was a fumble of an MVP.
Yes, this is the first game where he hasn't had a reception.
That's right. He did not even get targeted, I believe.
That's crazy.
Which is exactly what people wanted, anyways. Originally, the ideal circumstance was Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines, Marlon Mack, a 3-headed horse that would, just always get traded out, kind of like a Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb duo, where, you could just keep trading the backs out so that they would all be fresh, and healthy whenever they need to get their legs going for the team. Since Jonathan Taylor is such a beast, it's just like, why ever replace him with Nyheim Hines or Marlon Mack when he can, on any down, just rush for 15?
Yeah.
Or whatever. All he needs is one missed tackle and boom, he's out of there. There's that. Like, why would you do that? And so they keep Jonathan Taylor rushing. Sorry for messing with that cord. And then Nyheim Hines, who is a notorious, I don't know, maybe, at least for the Colts fans who are in the know. He's a notorious returner, and he's probably the fastest player on the team. Maybe Isaiah Rodgers has him beat. He's also another returner. I'm not sure. But one of the two. He's the guy. He's the back that is receiving and should always be in the receiving packages as a back rather than Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's good, but when you have Nyheim Hines as a returner, that's just the guy you want. So that's kind of the dynamic now. Marlon Mack isn't getting any love because Nyheim Hines has his role, Jonathan Taylor has his role, and there's no room for Marlon Mack really. Because why put him in when they're doing so well? Yeah, essentially.
Basically, as a backup running back at this point.
Yeah, he really is. Which was not when they first drafted Jonathan Taylor. That was not the intention. They wanted a system like the Browns, like the Ravens, where they could just switch out backs every now and then for different schemes. But Jonathan Taylor's that good. Nyheim Hines is that good. He's a top 10 paid running back right now. So yeah.
Since week 4, he has had a touchdown in every single game. He started off the season for the first 3 weeks without a touchdown.
10 straight games. Yeah.
And I was looking this up, but I don't think it's too late in the season. But maybe if he had a couple of touchdowns in the first 3 weeks, he might come close to breaking this record. But I was wondering if he's going to break the single game rushing touchdown record. But he is currently 12 touchdowns away.
You mean single season?
Yeah, single season.
We have how many games left?
We're at
4.
Yeah.
So for 12 away, if he had 3 in each of the next ones.
Yeah. Which, I mean...
Each game is going to be important. It's not like we're going to get to week 17 and we're going to bench anyone. Like, if we want to get in the playoffs, we're going to have to play our hearts out each game.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
He is at 16 touchdowns right now, and the record is 28 by LaDainian Tomlinson. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But Minnesota versus Detroit. Detroit gets their first win in a very close game. Oh, wait, do you have anything else to say about the Colts? Or
No, that's fine.
Okay. Are you sure?
Can you put a siren effect right now in post?
Yeah.
Because...
Oh no. Sirens. Don't worry, guys. He's in fact 21. He turned 21 October 28th. I will be the rules. So every time he guesses incorrectly, for the predictions, he has to pour himself a shot and do a shot on TV. I think that should be enough. I mean, yeah. So he has 3 incorrect guesses, luckily, for this. Well, I guess they're fine. Yeah. Damn, boy. And then chasing that with a beer. Yeah, so he's 1 shot in now. But yeah, each week we're going to be doing this. We haven't been doing that. Oh no, I hate when that happens.
Like, hit a weird spot in my throat.
That's why you were coughing so much. You don't usually cough. But yeah, so he turned 28, or he turned 21 on the 28th. I'm going to be displaying his birth certificate right here to prove it.
You know it's illegal.
Yeah, I'm sadly only 20 years old, and I can't partake in this game. But I do turn 21 the 19th of January, so maybe I'll do I'll do it then. But yeah, it's just a little game, and the reason why you haven't done it in the last 2 or 3 weeks is just because college, man. And he has work too, and we were doing it at odd hours, like in the middle of the day, and you don't really want to get drunk and 2 in the afternoon. So that's why we haven't been doing it.
It has a weird aftertaste. I thought it'd be fine because it's like fruity. It's fruity vodka, but
I would never know.
I put it in my iced teas. It's really good that way.
Oh, really?
Spiked iced tea with some fruit flavored Smirnoff.
How-to video. Nice one. So
I would never burp on a podcast, but it was required.
Yeah. If you didn't burp, I would be worried. And true men down their shots with more alcohol, in which he did that. So he's a true man.
I might have to pour myself more because I have more shots to go. But,
oh well.
Maybe I should get water.
Yeah. Maybe you can drink that disinfected. I heard that tastes really good.
Yeah, I'm sure that has some alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Can you check the alcohol content of that Windex?
Yeah. Hold on. Where? I guess that'll be on the back.
Yeah, probably.
There's no back ingredients. Why isn't there no ingredients? What if I want to freaking down this?
I can always chug this vanilla creamer.
Wait, I see the ingredients. Where does it say the alcohol percentage?
Is there coffee in there?
Coffee in where?
Because that's been sitting out for a while.
Where?
Mr. Coffee.
Oh, yeah. That's disgusting.
I don't know. Nothing's getting in there.
There's a bunch of maggots in there.
Where?
I was just joking. I was in the coffee thing.
That's a funny joke, man.
Yeah. I'm too lazy to search. You want to check?
Talk about Detroit.
Well, so Detroit finally won a game, surprisingly. It came to the last second. It literally came to the last 3 seconds of the game. I was able to catch it. And it was 3 seconds left. It was fourth and something, 4th and goal, 4th and 10, whatever. Last play, ultimately last play of the game. No other options. Jared Goff threw a perfect dime to one of his nameless receivers, and they got a touchdown. Pretty exciting. Minnesota.
You don't have to call him name.
I mean, I don't know his fucking name. But
still was unnecessary. Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm brutally mean at 2:20 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for Minnesota because we keep saying it week in and week out how Minnesota always has close games. and this one they finally lost, but it was to the 0-10-1 Lions. Now the Lions are 1-10-1, which is a very, very odd record.
Yet another circumstance or game where they lose, or just not even lose. Another circumstance, and when the victor of their game is decided on the last play.
Yeah.
Which I think has happened most of their season.
That's insane. So they literally could be 10-1-1 right now. Imagine if that was the case. That would be insane.
Yeah, they really could be.
Wait. Detroit, yeah.
But I feel like that's a coaching thing, maybe.
Yeah.
You have to close out games, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, wait, hold on. I'm looking it up right now. So preseason.
Because Kirk Cousins has been great. I'm trying to diagnose what's going on that team.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins has been good. Dalvin Cook is injured a lot, but even when he's injured, Alexander Mattison comes in and does what he needs to do.
Yeah.
You have Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen as your two wide receivers. You're set there. What was that tight end's name? It's like Conkin or something.
Yeah, I don't even know.
He's decent. I don't know. Is it offensive line?
I have no idea. I really don't pay attention to the Vikings. It's
Fair
probably
enough.
just defense or something.
Yeah, I guess.
So, Lions games, I'm just going to say the deficit since like week 1. 8 points. More than 17 points. 18 points. Well, that was for the second game. So this is the third game. 2 points. That was against the Ravens. 10 points. 2 points. More than 17 points. 8 points. More than 35 points. Tie. 3 points. 2 points. And win. So majority of their games is between like 5 points, which is crazy.
The more you know.
The biggest blowout that I had, though, was the Eagles. At least the Eagles could say that. They blew out the Lions the most.
I'm proud of you.
Speaking about the Eagles beat the Jets in a convincing win, but not so convincing because they had
I can't believe you just contradicted yourself immediately.
I had to backtrack a little bit because I'm talking about the Eagles. So they won 33-18.
Convincing win, but not so convincingly. I needed that framed or something. That was a great quote.
It literally took me one word to contradict
Eagles
myself.
are the only team that can win convincingly, but not so convincingly.
Yeah. But like that makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
That's something I imagine like up in a Philadelphia bar, and it's like it was a strong win from the Eagles, but it was not convincing or something like that.
Yes.
Just like framed or something.
So they won 33-18. Very odd score, but they had 5 field goals. They can't capitalize for shit. The defense started terrible for the Eagles. They allowed 18 points in the first half, 0 points in the second half. They actually manned up and actually knew how to play fucking defense. MINSHEW Mania is back. He's going to be our starting quarterback.
I forgot it was MINSHEW. I'm dead.
I think he started like 11 for 11, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dallas Goedert had a game. 2 touchdowns for Dallas Goedert.
It is the Jets defense, to be fair.
Yeah. When I said MINSHEW Mania, that was very, very light because one, Jets were expecting Hurts to play, so they're game planning for Hurts, not MINSHEW. Jets defense, yeah.
I think Jets defense might be the worst in the league.
Yeah. I should have fucking started.
I mean, offense isn't good, and it wasn't last year either, and so a lot of people wanted to diagnose the issue like, oh, Darnold sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I really think it came down to the defense.
Yeah.
And maybe offensive line a little. There are a lot of things that was wrong with the Jets last year. But
yeah,
man, they'll bounce back. I really like the coach. I've mentioned that before. I kind of included him in a presentation I did last semester about diversity hires in the NFL.
Damn.
And how there is literally incentives for organizations to hire someone not white.
That's crazy.
Like, there are rewards you can get, which is, like, sad that it comes to that point.
Yeah,
where you have to reward someone for not hiring someone white.
I'm like, I was just thinking, is that really good? Like, why does it have to come to that point where we
Right.
have to have incentives?
And that was my question to the class when I gave that presentation. It was like, should there be more incentives or none at all? And it
Yeah.
was a difficult question because, on one hand, the incentives might be the only thing driving these weird owners to hire diversity hires.
Mm-hmm.
On
Good.
the other hand, it's like demeaning, like
Yeah.
they're only looking for it for the awards. Like it's not a very moral choice at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
It's called capitalism, baby, all run by straight white old men. That's very interesting. I did not know that.
this was brought up. I think it was implemented after Tony Dungy got fired from the Buccaneers after having a winning record as a coach.
Was it after just one season? Do you remember?
It was like 3 minimum. It was at least 3 seasons, and he had a winning record as a coach. I'm pretty sure, or it was close enough. And it was mainly just because like it wasn't enough to get in the playoffs, mainly. But it was like he's not like a bad coach necessarily. I mean, we know this. He's a Hall of Famer now. But I think it was that and a combination of other things that were also happening at the time, and so. It's like, what's the rule called? It's like it's a famous rule because the NFL created it, but then it got applied into every industry, basically, like on how to find diversity hires and how to incentivize it.
Yeah.
Which is very weird, but it happens, Anyways, that's off track, but I should find it. Maybe it's the. Wait, is it the Rooney Rule? It is the Rooney Rule.
Hey, yo.
The Rooney Rule is a National Football League policy that requires league teams to interview ethnic minority candidates for head coaching and senior football operation jobs.
That's so stupid. I think I did hear about that rule.
And the Rooney Rule is now implemented outside of the NFL, and many other sport leagues as well. The West Coast Conference, which is a Division I NCAA league, announced that it had adopted a similar policy effective immediately back in 2020, and they called it the Russell Rule after famous Basketball Hall of Famer Bill Russell.
Yeah.
So yeah,
More you know. That's your little history lesson.
I had to give a whole presentation on this. It was I enjoyed the presentation, honestly. It's not often I enjoy making a presentation.
Yeah.
But
We should have,
for college at least.
after the podcast is over, like, I mean, not like this one specifically, but after like the football season is over, we should do a podcast solely on that.
Yeah, that would be an interesting topic.
Yeah. Let's speed run this.
Comment in the comment section if you would want that. Anyone listening at what minute are
25.
we in? 25. Oof. Okay, yeah, speed run time.
Yeah, I was just about to say let's speed run the fuck out of this. Let's try to finish this before it hits 30 minutes.
I got you.
Okay.
I'll have to take shots though.
All right.
Cardinals beat the Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears put up a lot of points, 33-22.
Did they 22? I mean, that's average, I feel like.
Yeah. Maybe some.
Kyler Murray's back, 4 touchdowns.
Wasn't 2 to Hopkins?
I think 2 were to Hopkins and the other 2 were rushing.
Damn.
Yeah. So Kyler Murray is back in MVP form. A lot of people weren't sure about his. Well, we'll get into that later. A lot of people weren't sure about his MVP resume. The legitimacy behind it because of the absence. Yeah, that's what I'll say. But I will give a case for why he should still be considered. Yes. Later on in this episode, so stay tuned.
Yes.
Now time to speed run. I'm sorry for that. Chargers beat Cincinnati. I would say that was a convincing win.
Yes.
I saw a tweet from someone that said that Joe Burrow, if you look back on film, played better than Justin Herbert.
Damn.
Despite having more interceptions. And I was very interested in that because when you look at the stat line, you would not think that at all. And the final score, obviously, Chargers won it at the end of the day. I think their defense played great. That's all I know about it. These two teams are probably going to end up battling for a wild card spot. I don't think they're going to be division winners, despite, seemingly having a chance. And so this tiebreaker was very important for the Chargers.
Yes.
And it will continue to be as the season goes on.
Joe Burrow had 300 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, 70.8 rating, 60 completion percentage. Justin Herbert had 74.3 completion, 317 yards, 3 touchdowns and interceptions, and 118.4 rating. For context.
Yeah. The stats are in Justin Herbert's corner, but first-hand perspective from a analyst says otherwise. I didn't really get to see much of the game, so I can't really put my 2 cents on it, but it was just an interesting tweet that I thought I would share.
I have to take a fake shot because I got this one wrong.
Tampa Bay beat Atlanta.
Not surprising. 30-17.
Is it surprising?
Wait, I said not surprising.
Tampa Bay. Oh, you said not surprising?
Yeah.
Okay. Tampa Bay is a good team. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah. Rams versus Jaguars. Wow. The Rams beat 37-7 against the Jaguars.
This was really important. This was a statement game because they went all of November losing. In fact, despite Matthew Stafford's impressive stats, he seemingly has dropped out of the MVP conversation on like every article I've ever read on the MVP conversation within the past couple of weeks. Like no one is talking about him despite his stats because of the fact that they lost every game in November. And so this was an important statement game to get themselves back on track, and hopefully, or ideally, with more wins and the stretch run they have, they'll be considered they'll have Matthew Stafford considered for MVP again.
Yes.
I think it's still in Tom Brady's corner, but we'll see. Washington football team, Las Vegas.
I got this one wrong again. This was our second dispute, and you got that one correct. So another fake shot for me.
I don't know anything about this game at
I
all.
also don't know anything about this game, although Heineke...
Looked like a defensive battle.
Yeah. It was close. I honestly did not watch any football other than the Eagles. And I only paid attention to the Colts as well. So
we had a busy weekend for the viewers at home who were like, damn, these guys are terribly informed, despite hyping themselves up as being well-informed at the beginning of this podcast.
Are we ill-informed? Because we just spent half an hour talking about... about what? How many games did we only talk about? We still have to go over 4 after this one.
We got sidetracked a couple times with Rooney Rule and all that, but...
That's not our fault. That's your fault for listening. All right, I have to reset the camera now. We didn't even make it.
Those 7 minutes passed so quick. We are so sorry. Here at Team Disgruntled, we want to thank everyone for watching that blank screen for the 5 seconds it took.
Yeah.
Sorry for those claps. I'm not sure if he's going to keep those in or not, but if your ears are bleeding after that, you are entitled to compensation. Just call 445-888-0220.
Or just this number under here.
The number on the screen. That is my actual phone number.
Yes.
If you message it, you will reach out to me.
And
I encourage you to do it.
That's also my phone number as well.
I will Venmo you money if your ears are if you can prove your ears are bleeding.
Yes, you have to send pictures.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what we say on this podcast, Titus? We love bad content.
We love it.
We love it so much.
It's so good.
Maybe
that it's bad.
Yes. Maybe I love it a little bit more.
A little bit more, for sure. I have a line. It's a very distinct line.
Yeah.
I know what's good content, what's bad content, and what bad content I still enjoy regardless, and what bad content I will refuse to participate or associate myself with.
Is this good bad content?
This is in the sweet spot of bad content that I still associate myself with.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll take that. That's a win. And a little bit of trouble for you. So
about this game.
Baltimore Ravens versus Pittsburgh Steelers. I have absolutely no clue what the fuck happened in this game. It was 20-19. Steelers edged out a win by a singular point. I hate the fact that they won by a singular point because I was rooting for the Ravens, even though I don't like either. That's the pink shot glass. We got that from Mexico or
sure someone broke mine.
yeah, mine. Wait, I don't have one. Are you good? Chuck. Yeah, you go. Hey yo, dude, you're a fucking beast. Wait, you still got a little sip left. Yeah. There you go. Dude, you're a fucking champ. Dude, you're pretty good at drinking.
I need more of something. Because I have something. I have
What?
another one coming up
Yeah.
very quick.
Don't worry, I got you.
The aftertaste is absolutely dreadful. I'm used to shots.
Yeah.
Like, I can do it. It's just like,
Wait.
it is a very odd
That's-
directional microphone.
yeah.
So this is a cardioid microphone.
Mom.
If you want a cheaper industry standard microphone that is known for vocals, get the Audio Technica AT2020. No, we are not sponsored by them, but I was surprised by how cheap it was.
Yes.
And the great customer service at sweetwater.com. So that's where you can get them.
Yes. So are you ready for your third shot of this?
Let me talk about this game at least. Damn.
Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah.
Baltimore. Pittsburgh. Baltimore is a fake-ass team. I don't know why they're 8-4. They don't deserve to be. They are the most 6-6 looking team
I hate Baltimore, but I hate Steelers more.
because to me they have great wins, like wins that deserve to be in the history books, and then losses that deserve to be forgotten by the NFL for the entirety of its history. Like, they're a disgrace.
Yes.
And it's not entirely their fault. They have most of their running back core
Incompetent coach.
injured. One of their star cornerbacks, I think, is out for the year, right? I think that's the thing.
Yeah. Humphrey.
You think Harbaugh's incompetent?
Yeah, I just don't like the coach. He's probably not. I was just being.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I mean, no.
I just don't like the coach.
His
that's all.
brother is in the college football playoffs.
He cheated his way in.
Cheated his way in?
Yeah.
I mean, one of his players is up for the Heisman. I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's probably taking like steroids. Okay, I wanted to retract those two statements because
Aiden Hutchinson is on steroids.
Look,
There's no way that a white defensive end is up for the Heisman. Unless your name is... unless your last name is Watt.
Yeah.
I was going to say
That's only
name is
acceptable.
JJ Watt, but then I remembered TJ Watt as a thing.
All right, this is all satire. We
Yeah,
are
all
joking.
satire.
Yes, we promise. Don't sue us, please.
All right. I needed a bit of time before I could get to my next shot. You can talk about this game. if you
Pussy.
want. I really don't know much about this game.
I also do not know much about this game. I do know a little bit about this game. San Francisco for Seahawks. San Francisco won 30-23, and Deebo Samuel was out, so they won without Deebo. Sad for me in fantasy, but that doesn't really matter. Go! I believe in you, Titus. Titus, you are literally a champ. Man, you're pretty good at drinking in the last 10 days. You learned
10 days? It's been a fucking month, Caleb.
Oh fuck.
You know we're in December, right?
Okay,
Your perception of time is really fucked.
Yeah, I forgot that November existed.
I can't do
All
this
right.
anymore.
Um,
What'd you say about San Francisco and Seahawks?
Deebo Samuel wasn't playing.
Right.
But Eli Mitchell is proving to be a really good running back. I don't know his exact stats, but I think he played a really good game. Let me just look up his.
He did.
I don't
or
know.
maybe that was the last game. I don't know. I just always look at like my past trades. I'm like, damn, I really gave them good players, huh? I never rip off people I trade to. It's always fair.
Just for that one singular game with Claudia.
No, I
That
swear
was by
to
accident,
God.
but that was-
Swear to God.
Wait, who did they play? Wait, where the fuck? Seahawks. He had 22 rushes, 66 yards, touchdown, 3 targets, 3 receptions, 18 yards.
Damn, actually, I have the
Wait.
players this week. So.
And he had a touch. Wait, what the fuck is what? What's
He
the?
had 15.9 fantasy points in our league.
Yeah, he had a pretty decent game.
Yeah, that's all right. Good on him.
Yeah.
It was really needed, honestly, for San Francisco since Raheem Mostert.
Yeah. I mean,
right, he's out for the season, and that was a big loss. I mean, they had a lot of injuries last year, and they were hoping this was the year they could redeem themselves. And then Kittle was out for a significant amount of time, and then Raheem Mostert, and the whole thing with Brandon Ayuk is just like all these players.
And then
seemingly, well, yeah, I'm sure there's more.
Well, no, I was just going to say their other star running back, Deebo Samuel, also is out for this game. I sorry, I just wanted to make that joke.
Yeah, that was good. Right, yeah, like it was supposed to be a statement comeback, and then things just haven't exactly worked out. But they're winning. Not this game necessarily. I put the colors wrong, but they have been getting themselves back on track, and they're still in the running.
Wait,
so,
I was confused by the colors. I accidentally said that 49ers.
Do that wrong for him. I don't know why. But
I accidentally said the 49ers won 30-23. The Seahawks won 30-23.
No, I always put the number next to the team.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
Yeah,
but I just rolled with it.
Yeah, no, you did your job.
Thank you.
I didn't.
Kansas City Chiefs first. Denver. Oh wait, you want to talk about your boy Kittle for a little bit?
Oh,
2 touchdowns.
Kittle. I haven't looked at any of his clips though. I just know he did well for me in fantasy, but I haven't seen nothing he did. Apparently, was good enough to come up on my Twitter page. So let me go look for it.
Should I talk a little bit about the next game, or should I?
No.
All right, boss. Your hair is getting long. Are you going to get a haircut soon?
Do you really think it's getting long? I haven't really I knew it was getting long, but I was like, this is a normal long for me. I feel like.
Looks good.
It always comes to this point at some point.
I think you should wear your hair more.
From the 24, first and 10, Garoppolo. Look at the time. Into the end zone. Caught! It's a touchdown!
That was a cool catch.
Yeah.
The one I'm looking at. You're not seeing it.
I can see it.
Okay, so Garoppolo threw it from the 31.5.
Bro, this is going to be the longest podcast.
That's fine. And he threw it deep shot from the 31.5 into the end zone. George Kittle is there. And if you're a tight end and you made it 30 yards into the end zone, you have to know that unless you're the fastest tight end in the world, that offensive line is doing great things for you because they're protecting the quarterback to allow the quarterback to wait that long so that your tight end can run 30 yards into the end zone.
I think Dallas got it.
So he threw it.
All right.
And he wasn't necessarily at the goal line. He was in the middle of the end zone at this point. He was beyond the other two corners or safeties. Let's just call him defensive back. He was on the Seahawks logo in the end zone. And he caught it, did his little tippy toes, and then got pushed out of the end zone. And it was a touchdown.
That's crazy. All right. Can we move forward, please?
6. So we see a lot more in the passing game from San Fran. 2nd and 6. Here they go. Kittle is on the move. Oh, and he broke the tackle. Kiss him goodbye. If he didn't step out of bounds, he's in.
Another.
All right,
his yards after catch is crazy. Wait, why did this not show up on my timeline?
Because Kittle's stupid.
So
Kittle's dumb. That's why. And
the play started, right?
Yeah.
Basically at the 50, but the offensive line collapsed, and Jimmy Garoppolo got chased back to basically the 40 on the other side. And then he threw a check down to George Kittle, and he caught it at the 45. So he has 45 yards to the end zone. And he's running to the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes a touchdown.
It's pretty impressive, not gonna lie.
Crazy.
Maybe I'll even get a little frisky with this podcast and show the highlights there as you do your analysis. I get a little friskier now.
You know what? I really enjoy it when analysts actually talk about football. I know that sounds dumb. Yeah, of course you do. But
are you feeling the alcohol a little bit?
No. I just really want to talk about this. It's something that comes up a lot because Stephen A. Smith and that whole First Take show, you know of it, right? I'm sure.
Yeah.
You've seen a little bit of First Take.
We talked about it before.
What?
We talked about it.
We talked about it?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. When did we talk about that?
I don't know. Bro, okay. We're 43 minutes in and we haven't even got into the MVP race.
All I'll say is that they just like talk at each other. They just like argue. And it's really annoying because we barely see any clips of the actual sport.
Yeah.
As they talk about it. It's not like they're analyzing what's going on in the sport, play by play or anything.
Yeah.
There are certain shows that actually do that, and I really appreciate them because they actually diagnose like what goes right and what goes wrong. Like Good Morning Football does this every now and then with like Angry Runs segment, and Dan Orlovsky does this with like NFL Inside. I don't know what that show's called, but something like that. NFL Network does it a lot, basically. But all these like ESPN shows that are there for like the clips and the views, they don't really show that a lot because they just want whatever is going to get on the internet, which is Stephen A. Smith most of the time. And it's really annoying. I just want to see like what they're actually talking about, like what is actually going wrong, rather than like, oh, they suck.
Yeah.
That's all Stephen A. ever says is like, oh, they're bad at basketball or something. And it's just like, well, how?
So this is
Tell me.
So this is basically our podcast. We just say he sucks and he knows.
Yeah. I would really like to really dig into clips.
Should we?
And say like, this was good.
Second podcast? Where we just analyze cool plays?
Maybe it would have to be more of a video format rather than a podcast because whatever.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, this is technically video and podcast format.
I'm just in a ranty mood. I've realized. I know.
Yeah. Wait, you're in a ranty mood?
I am.
Yeah. I didn't tell. I couldn't tell that.
Usually I like to rush this podcast, but I'm in a ranty mood.
Why do you like to rush this podcast?
Because I feel bad for the viewers who look at the time and they're like, damn, they really talked about football for this long. Fucking nerds.
Hey, we shouldn't.
But I'm just like, whatever.
We shouldn't feel bad. H3HE podcast goes like usually 2.5 to 3 hours plus. So this is kind of a short podcast, not gonna lie. All right, Kansas City Chiefs versus Denver Broncos. Chiefs won 22-10.
Yeah,
no fucking duh. It was against the Broncos. Sorry, Trey.
I don't really have much to say about this, but I would like to give a little anecdote.
Can I say?
You say what you say.
Teddy Bridgewater did really bad. He got 55 completion percentage, 257 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, 62.2 rating. One of those interceptions was a pick six. While we were filming our little film over the weekend.
That was the anecdote I was trying to get.
Yeah. Yeah, you tell it.
Did you hear what I said, though?
What?
You say what you have to say have. That is what I said.
Dude, you can literally say whatever you want to me, and I will not process it until 5 minutes later. I think you're a little tipsy.
Worst grammar ever. Yeah, of course.
I think you're fucking wasted.
I just took 3 shots.
Dude, you're wasted.
Back to back. The thing about me is a lot of people think I'm a heavyweight, which I think I still am.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that comes from the fact that I drink very slowly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when was the last time you ate? That could also be a factor to why you're feeling
I've
a little
eaten
bit
quite a bit.
recently.
Not like very healthy.
Well, recently, like when was the last time you ate?
Like I ate lo mein. And
when was that? You're not giving me time.
Takis.
I didn't fucking ask what you ate. I asked what time you ate.
No, I'm just trying to remember because if I actually think about what I ate, then I know when.
Takis don't count.
Takis don't count?
Yeah.
Then lo mein, I microwaved that basically like 30 minutes to an hour after we got back from the tech center.
So that was probably like what, 4+ hours?
That was a while ago.
Yeah. So you're drinking on an empty stomach.
I don't know if it's empty because I also have like a small stomach.
Yeah.
Compared to most.
Yeah. And in those beers.
Male.
Yeah. Those beers are high alcohol percentage.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. Well, okay. That's not incriminating myself because I just fucking looked at the can before.
Yeah, you just look at the can before I drink. So.
What was the anecdote that you were going to say?
No, it was literally what you're about to say.
Well, I mean,
we were filming something because we are film majors.
We are? Are we film majors?
Even if we weren't film majors, we
Yeah.
were filming something regardless because that is something we enjoy. If I was a graphic design major, which is something I considered before coming to college, I would still like to do multimedia stuff, audio visual.
Don't worry, I'm only going to zoom in on you.
So we were recording in our good friend Sophia's room, and a shot of our short film, the last page of that short film is seen on the wall.
You can zoom in it on your own editing techniques.
We were trying to record a very pivotal scene of the short film, and all I hear is, "Oh my fucking god!"
I'm pretty sure that's when the Teddy Bridgewater had a pick six, not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Probably from none other than Trey Tyler, Denver Broncos fanatic. And please know that I did not just say fan, I said fanatic, because I respect the
Alright,
commitment
yeah.
to the team he has.
Yes.
And we had to redo the shoot.
The entire thing.
Not the entire shoot.
No, it was
just
we
the
had
shot.
to we had to go back and refilm every single thing.
Shot. Stop it.
All right.
It was just the shot.
The shot? Just a shot?
Just the shot.
Speaking of shot, I think you should take another shot.
Another? No,
I think you
I'm
should
not going
finish
to
it.
do that because
Why?
I didn't lose another.
Yeah, but
which
we
we
did-
will talk about.
Yeah, but you missed
correctly guessed Kansas City and New England.
Yeah, I also did that. What's your point?
You're right, you did do that. But my point is that only 3 losses.
Yeah, I only had 5 losses.
Okay, you had more.
You dumb slut.
Why calling me a dumb slut?
Okay,
You're
New
making this longer than it has to be.
What do you mean? Okay, New England beat Buffalo. We both predicted that right. 14-10. It was very windy and it was snowing.
Did we talk about Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Because that's how we got the Denver Broncos. I'm sorry. It was very windy. I had it on in my room, and Caleb came in and gave me all the anecdotes because I was too busy focusing on whatever the fuck I was doing.
Yeah,
He was like, yo, Mac Jones hasn't thrown other than 1 throw.
Yeah, I think it was like up into the 4th quarter. He was 1 for
Which
1.
is crazy.
Yeah.
How does that ever happen?
Because it was super windy.
I understand it was
And
super
he's
windy,
a
but
weak ass boy. He can't throw it more than 5 yards. See, Josh Allen is a man.
that's not the fact. Well, yeah, Josh Allen has probably one of the strongest arms in the league. I think that's up there with, like, I don't know who. I know that Russell Wilson always loves throwing a deep ball and is usually successful. Maybe not this season. But Josh Allen has one of the strongest arms in the league. That was part of his scouting report, at least.
Josh Allen threw the ball 30 times, 15 for 30, 145 yards and a
Threw
touchdown.
it 30 times?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mac Jones
more than
only
I would have guessed.
Mac Jones threw it for 2, or he threw it for 3 yards, 2 completions, and I think only 19 yards.
Here's the
Impressive.
thing, right?
Yeah.
It's just the fact that the Bills' defense, I understand that they only let up 14 points, okay? But the fact that they let Mac Jones not throw other than how many times? It was like 3, 4?
3.
3?
Yeah. 2 for 3. 19
Like,
yards.
you, at that point, after the first half, you know they're just going to run it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, have a safety out back, sure, just in case they mix it up. But other than that, all the cornerbacks are going after the quarterback. Well, not after the quarterback, but whoever's running it. They're rushing. They're blitzing. That's what I'm trying to say. How do you go so many drives untouched? Like, first down after first down, to the point that you get in the end zone and you have a field goal attempt. And because it's so windy, it doesn't end up working. But some of the times it does, as it did for New England. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say. New England went for a 2-point conversion, right?
Yeah, and they got it.
They didn't get it, did
Mm-hmm.
they? 8 plus. Yeah, you're right. They must have.
Dude, this is so fucking funny watching you fucking talk. That's why I think you should take another shot.
Another? Why?
So, for Tori.
Anyways.
All right, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not forcing him to do anything. He can say no at any. So you want to go to MVP race?
Imagine I started doing the shot thing when I had like 7 losses.
No, you probably strategically, you were probably like, you know what, I'm just going to wait until I have like 2.
Honestly, no, I just forgot.
Yeah,
Because I wanted to.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it when it was 7 shots in.
See, I was going to remind you, but I felt like I was reminding you too much, and I didn't want you to think that I was forcing you to do anything for the podcast, so that's why I didn't.
I haven't eaten because I haven't gotten groceries.
Yeah, you keep fucking telling me that. We're going to get groceries soon, I promise. With
You
Josh.
will?
Yeah.
Oh,
next couple
Josh
days.
needs them
Yeah.
as well.
I'm not going to get that many because I'm going to be leaving for like Christmas break next week. So I may
When do
just
you leave?
16th. But I may be coming
I
back.
leave 20th.
I may be coming back the 18th though.
Ah.
Well, I'm definitely coming back to 18th because I'm going to the Washington Eagles game.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me
Yeah.
this a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to be going from the 16th to the 18th. But once I get back on the 18th, I think I'm going to stay a little bit longer in Philly.
It's been a while since I've drank this much as well.
Yeah.
I feel like my heavyweightness hasn't...
Well, okay. You also drank a beer and did 3 shots in like 30 minutes. Yeah, that's
I don't really consider myself drunk either, though.
Yeah. You're drunk enough. You're quote unquote drunk enough to rant. Because we're almost at an hour and we haven't even touched MVP race. Like, this is going to be a 2-hour podcast.
No, but, like, there's so much a part of the NFL. Like, honestly, there's so much part of the NFL
Yeah, there is always.
that I feel like I haven't touched on in this podcast when I've had the opportunity to. But I've been so focused on other things, you know.
Yeah, but don't you have a busy day
I
tomorrow
am
too?
slurring my words.
Yeah, don't you have a
But
busy?
I do have a busy day tomorrow. I have a Warner Bros. Meeting, but it's at 7 because they're Pacific time. So they're dumbasses.
Okay, so
You can keep that in.
Yeah.
They won't know.
dude, like nobody watches this far.
Even if they do,
Yeah,
they'll be like, that's funny.
yeah.
Like, during my interview, I was like, you know, sometimes I just, like, forget about formal talk. Because you know how things are always so professional with like,
Okay.
big business?
Okay, finish this thought and go to the
Yeah,
MVP
of course.
race.
You know how things are always so professional? Like, you have to talk so formally when
Yeah,
you're a part of a business.
yeah. Just for a quick second, can you hand me that cup?
This cup?
Yeah, I just want to see what's in it.
Of course.
Okay,
you can
continue
look
talking.
at it. So part of big business, there's this interesting facet of it. Good luck cutting out your sound when I'm talking, but
Fuck. This is gonna be a fucking bitch to edit. I'm gonna fucking.
I'm just making things worse for you.
Yes. All right.
A part of like big corporations is like there's, especially with cancel culture. Not that I'm blaming cancel culture.
Okay, this is way off topic. Can
I know it is, but I'll finish the thought.
finish it in 3 minutes?
Okay. As much as cancel culture is important, it also makes big businesses and corporations have to overcompensate for being good people, that it comes in very weird ways, right? And you feel like you always have to be formal and also weird and awkward around them because you don't know what will be considered inappropriate and what won't be, because there hasn't been a full conversation about what is considered right and what is wrong. We don't have universal morals, you know? It's a very weird range and spectrum that is very individualistic, but we act as a hive mind regardless. Right? What was that sound?
I don't know.
Anyways, so it's a very weird thing. Corporations act as though everything could possibly be considered inappropriate. Yeah. And that was something I was scared about in the interview because I'm not necessarily trained to talk very formally. Like, that's not my upbringing. But when I was talking to them, they're very chill. And so it was just nice to have a casual conversation with them and to admit that I wasn't good at that. And they were like, cool. That's like what we're looking for. People who don't really define themselves by the norms that usually corporations abide by.
And that's really awesome.
Yeah. So when I say that they're dumbasses, I don't actually mean that. They're the nicest people I probably have ever met.
Wait, this is what that's all
corporation.
about? I honestly forgot why we went on to this segment.
Right. I'm sorry. But it's just really cool to be a part of this endeavor.
Yeah.
This isn't something I necessarily want to be a part of as a professional going forward, but it's just nice to be a part of it right now because it gives me industry experience.
Yeah, sorry.
And they're very chill people, and I want to do good for them because of the fact that they're good people. And that's all I have to say, really.
Do you think you could get me a job?
I don't know if they're looking for people in your field as post-production or editors, because
I will literally edit their entire
that
movie for
is
them for
hard.
free.
I really think that the only reason they're looking for college people to be a part of their staff is because they're self-conscious about whether or not they're out of touch with like youth culture, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How adults are always like, oh man, am I a part of youth culture or not? Like, usually if you have to think about that, you're not.
Yeah.
Even I think I'm not, because I'm not on TikTok or anything like that. But they accepted me regardless.
Yeah, 10
I will
seconds
stop.
to finish up this. Okay.
That's all I have to say.
I now have to reset the camera.
We can cut that out if you want.
I'm going to keep that all in.
Okay. So, you can cut this out, but I remember we have had arguments.
What arguments?
Like when we were interviewing Groovier,
Yeah.
and I had that be like, what was it, like 25-minute interview, and you were like, why didn't you just go on? Like, it was a fun conversation. I was like, oh, the viewers, you know.
Yeah.
People aren't going to view this unless it's like under 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're like, but it was fun.
Yeah.
And like, that's something I've struggled with for a long time. Like, do I keep it fun or do I do it for accessibility's sake?
Yeah.
And I thought about this one interview I want to have for building Babellion soon.
Yeah.
And I realized, like, damn, I just want that to be fun.
Yeah.
I don't really care about viewers' sake. Like, if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Like, people will come to it if they really enjoy it regardless. If they don't, it's like, whatever. Because this is just something I'm doing as a college student.
That's why I like bad content, and that's why I keep most of like the bad, quote unquote, bad content in my things.
Because it's fun to look back on as well.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see, like, you did this with your friends.
Yeah. And also, like, companies, when you're building your resume, they're going to see that this is just me speaking personally, but we made like 60 plus episodes.
Right.
They're going to look at
mostly you.
Yeah.
Let's be honest,
but regardless, that's like 60 plus episodes where we did like haven't missed a week. Like I know most of that over the summer was like me and stuff, but like still you're a part of like what, at least 45 of that. Give or take a couple. I don't know exact math. But still, you're a part of a lot of things. But we're just having fun, and they're going to be seeing, wow, they haven't missed a week in over like a year and a half.
That's true.
And I have other things where it's like they may be looking at the views and stuff, but I have other content that has views and bringing the views. And I have other channels that I worked with companies that also bring in the views. So they're going to, the point of this podcast is to show people that I can be consistent with something week in and week out for a longevity of time.
That's something I've been thinking about with Tunes for Two, is that we got in the groove the freshman year of making it every week. Yeah. And every time we've thought about bringing Tunes for Two back, it's gotten too intense because we think about, oh, we have to do this every week and we just don't have the time.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to start up careers here, and Tunes for Two won't necessarily like be a part of our careers, like not necessarily a big part of our resume. So it's hard to keep it up every week. But I look back on it and I think, like, why isn't that just something we just did when we had the time?
Yeah.
Like, why did it have to be something we had to make a commitment to providing viewers with every week? Yeah. As much as certain viewers, I'm sure, loved having it every week, it's like We didn't have to do it every week. It was just some arbitrary rule we made for ourselves because that seemed professional.
Yeah.
And it made me feel bad because, like, Tunes for 2 was something that I did for fun and to get me acclimated with college.
Yeah.
In general. And I made it hard on myself because I made that dumb rule for myself that was considered professional.
Yeah.
So
honestly, Tunes for 2 is 100% professional than anything that I've uploaded on this YouTube channel. But like, yeah, you should have kept with Tunes for 2 because, you know,
it's not dead though. Like, I'm sure we're gonna make a Grammy prediction video for this next Grammys.
Yeah.
As in January.
Just to put in perspective, you guys get like a shit ton more views than like League of the Wings and or Kids with the Force Parents. Yeah, it's crazy how much more views you get. And I know I get a little bit jealous of that, but because like we've been doing this for so long. But you know, I've just been having fun, and you know, that's
what matters.
The 2 podcasts that I have. I mean, Kids with the Force Parents is bi-weekly. It's not even weekly, so. Like, you don't even have to post it weekly to make it a point, and you don't even have to get views, just as long as you're having fun, and this is college. That's all it's about. You just gotta do what you want to do.
This is the last thing I'll say before we get back on track, but I hope we can have more of these type of conversations.
Yes.
After NFL season's over.
We should.
Because these are really cool.
Yeah, I like it.
They're great.
Hey.
And I always have something to say.
Yes.
That's something I've learned about myself is I always have something to say.
Yes.
Even if I change my mind over time, I think it's cool to look back and say, you know, I've had a diverse range of opinions over time.
Yes.
About how I conduct myself professionally or within friendly sort of conversations like this. And yeah.
That's why I like documentation. The 2 podcasts that I was saying this before, but the 2 podcasts I have is solely about being consistent. It's not about the views. I mean, if we do get views, that'll be like awesome because it like brings money in, and views is always good. But you know, I'm just doing it to have fun and quote unquote documenting things. But it's just cool to look back on like what you've been saying.
Right. Okay, we can get an MVP race.
Yeah.
I'm well prepared this time.
Wow, you only have 6 people this time compared to 8 to 9.
I know. It's about time that I rounded it down.
Yeah.
Right? If something crazy happens where Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, or Cooper Kupp make a case for themselves in a historical, insane way, like I'll put them back in, obviously. But as of right now, these are the 6 that I actually believe have a chance. Okay?
Yeah.
And I didn't fill out a couple of Josh Allen's stats just because NFL.com takes way too long to fill those out statistically. But regardless, I feel confident about these rankings. So I went over honorable mentions. I have odds from Draftkings because I was curious. I was like, what are the analysts, the people in Las Vegas, what are they saying about the MVPs? And I was surprised to see that Matthew Stafford was like almost not mentioned.
That's
like
crazy.
He was mentioned in one article where they said we didn't even include him in the poll because of not winning once in November.
Damn.
And I said, okay, that's fair. But what if he bounces back? Like, even it takes one game to, like, a one statement game to say, hey, look, I'm still here. I had a great season from August to October. Yes, I had a bad November, but here I am about to make a statement here on out. That's all it takes to be an MVP, I feel like. Especially this year where no quarterback has really made a statement saying like, hey, look, I am so much better than everyone else. Like Aaron Rodgers had, like Patrick Mahomes had, like Lamar Jackson had the past 3 years, I feel like. It hasn't been like that. Tom Brady is at the top at number 1. He has a 9-3 record. He leads all quarterbacks in touchdowns and passing yards. He has a pretty decent completion percentage, especially considering that he has some of the most attempts out of any quarterback. His turnovers could be better. His rating could be better. But I think it's mainly, these are flawed statistics mainly because of his usage on the Buccaneers. They don't use running backs as much as other teams would, because Tom
Yeah.
Brady's the GOAT.
I'm surprised you're starting with the number one first. You usually go from bottom to first.
Right, but I feel like that's important to get out of the way.
Yeah.
In this case.
Do you want to say the Draftkings odds for at least the honorable mentions?
Yeah, DraftKings odds right now are plus 1,200 for Dak Prescott.
Speak a little louder.
Plus 1,200 for Dak Prescott. Plus 1,400 for Patrick Mahomes. Plus 1,800 for Justin Herbert. Plus 2,500 for Lamar Jackson. And then plus 4,000 for Cooper Kupp, who is still in the running for Offensive Player of the Year. But I feel like at this point it's Jonathan Taylor's, unless he completely, tanks, basically. Jonathan Taylor is an MVP candidate, as far as I'm concerned. The only thing that ruins his resume is wins.
Yes.
But I don't think that's his fault. I think that is usage. If he was a quarterback, this would not be a conversation, because quarterbacks are always used. And every snap, every play, because they hand the ball off to the running back more often than not. There was a situation where Jonathan Taylor got the snap and then ran it into the end zone against the Texans this past week. But that doesn't happen a lot. A direct snap to a running back where they run it into a touchdown, that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Taylor can have that happen, though, because he's that good.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the offensive line is that good. But none of these quarterbacks would be in MVP position if it wasn't for the supporting cast.
Mm-hmm.
We can say that. Matthew Stafford is up here because Cooper Kupp is also an Offensive Player of the Year candidate. Kyler Murray is up here because he probably has the best offensive weapons in the entire league. Tom Brady's up here because he has a Super Bowl
lineup
in general, everything.
Yeah.
You're right. Josh Allen's here because for some reason people still give him the benefit of the doubt. Aaron Rodgers is here because he has the best win percentage, who hasn't missed as many games as Kyler Murray at least, and also doesn't turn over the ball.
Yeah.
Everyone is up here because of circumstances. And Jonathan Taylor should still be up here because there are circumstances only because he's a running back and not a quarterback. He is still just as good as a player as any of these guys. It's just the fact that he doesn't get as many snaps as them because of coach's call. That's all it comes down to.
And he's a running back too.
Yeah.
Anything but the quarterback is useless in the eyes of MVP race.
Exactly. So that's all I'll say. Jonathan Taylor at 6. Josh Allen at 5. Kyler Murray is still here because he has some of the best stats of all these quarterbacks. I don't care if he's missed, 3 games?
Yeah.
He still has great stats. Best win percentage.
Best rating.
Best completion percentage.
Yeah.
He hasn't fumbled.
Best first down percentage rate.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe Josh Allen is leading in rushing yards amongst quarterbacks.
Well, I'm not sure. It could be. I'm pretty sure it's Lamar Jackson.
Well, I meant just on this list.
On this list of Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Stafford, Kyler Murray.
Yeah. I'm surprised you have Matthew Stafford at 3.
Yeah, I still do because, just look at that line, though. Is there any weak point in his game that you could point out at?
His record.
His record of 8-4? That's a weak point?
Comparatively to the, Jonathan Taylor and Josh Allen.
So Jonathan Taylor and Josh Allen is better, of course. Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady, yeah, I get it. They're better.
The only thing is that he missed 3 games. If he played more games, then he would be up there higher.
Yeah, Kyler Murray would be up there higher.
He'd probably
Aaron
be
Rodgers would be lower if he missed more games.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that he's played every game except one, and he's just played Aaron Rodgers football. The only issue is he hasn't been passing very far. I think that's really the only thing it comes to, is that he hasn't been going for deep shots as much. And I think that's not as much his fault as it is the organization for not giving him receivers who are competent.
Yeah.
So that's why I give him the benefit of the doubt and put him at 2. We can move on from MVP race.
That was a pretty good analysis.
Thank you.
Predictions? Mid-versity. Minnesota versus Pittsburgh. Minnesota, I have them winning. I just hate the Steelers. And even though Minnesota just lost to the Lions, I feel like some luck is going to go their way and they're going to beat out Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh is not a good team. Who do you have? Heyo. You also
I
have
love
Minnesota.
the suspense. Yeah, I also have Minnesota. What about it?
Nothing. I also have Minnesota. I'm not challenging you, bruh. I'm going to start
Oh, that's in
saying,
a couple
bruh.
days. I'm actually really excited for this game. It's been a while since I've been excited for a Thursday night football game, but I feel like these two offenses have pieces that are exciting enough. Because, like, there's Najee Harris, Ben Roethlisberger's in his last season. You know, I guess that's more sympathy than anything. Minnesota is an exciting team despite their record. You know, like, they're entertainment football at least. So I'm excited for this game.
Dude, I'm surprised that Johnson, the Steelers receiver, is playing so good. He did absolutely disgusting work last week.
Deontay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's mainly because Juju and Chase have been injured. I think they've been out quite a bit, but I don't know too much about Pittsburgh's case other than the fact that they have a disgusting offensive line.
Yeah. Washington football team versus Dallas. I have surprisingly Washington football team because I just really hate Dallas, and I just I know I picked them last week. I keep contradicting myself on this. I picked Dallas one week, then I say I absolutely hate them. My hatred towards Dallas Cowboys never change, but I think Washington has intangibles to get a upset win against the Cowboys.
Okay, I disagree. I think Chase Young is out, right?
Yeah, that doesn't matter. This is a divisional game in the NFC East. The Giants just beat the Eagles.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like, anything could happen, but I feel like Dallas has been on a rougher patch for quite some time.
Yeah.
And that they're a good enough team to bounce back from it.
You're going to go 8-9.
I don't think they're a Super Bowl team.
Gonna go
necessarily.
8-9.
Like, they're not going to be a playoff. They're not going to be, like, victorious through the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs, but not be victorious through them. Kind of like how Baltimore was.
I swear to God, if the Dallas Cowboys wins one game, I'm going to be absolutely livid.
Fair enough. I still have Dallas just because I think their roster is good enough.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
I don't care so much about coaching or organizational issues. Like, their roster is good enough. And Washington is still figuring itself out. And they're still going through injuries after all. It's fundamentals.
Yeah. Then you got Jacksonville versus Tennessee.
What the fuck? Yeah,
I love this so much.
Jacksonville.
I also have Jacksonville.
I did not think you would do that.
You know why?
Why?
Because Jacksonville just beat Buffalo a couple weeks ago. Tennessee just lost to Houston. Tennessee is nothing without Derrick Henry. Literally, what is their team without Derrick Henry? Nothing. Jacksonville, no one's close. Like, I'm pretty sure they're about to secure like the second seed, or not second seed, like the second draft pick. So why not go out with like some humidity, you know, or whatever the fuck that word is.
Humidity. No fucking way.
You know what I mean. I don't feel like pronouncing that big word. Humility.
Okay, I mean, I'm with you.
I know why you picked Jacksonville.
Why?
Because you hate Houston. No, you hate Tennessee.
It's not just because I hate Tennessee.
Why? Why did you pick Jacksonville?
Same reason as you, really.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry
Yeah.
is out.
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill hasn't been the answer.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown is still out. I think Julio Jones might actually come back
Oh, well.
this upcoming week, but I don't think that's enough because Julio Jones hasn't played with Tennessee enough to really be familiar. That's really what it comes down to. Wow, that's weird to think about Julio Jones on the Tennessee Titans. Like, I personally haven't come to terms with that because he hasn't played with them enough.
Yeah, I still haven't put two and two together. That
It's
he's
weird.
Yeah,
It's like I think
it.
about it, I'm like, what?
I don't like it.
He's not an Atlanta Falcon?
Yeah.
Crazy. We can move on, though.
Seahawks versus Houston. I got the Seahawks winning.
Yeah, Seahawks. Seahawks are bad, but they're not Houston bad.
Yeah. Raiders versus Kansas City Chiefs. I got the Chiefs winning.
I do too.
Oh.
Because Las Vegas has looked bad.
Yeah. New Orleans Saints versus New York Jets. I got the Saints because.
I actually have the Jets.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, why New Orleans? Like,
Yeah,
New Orleans
you know.
doesn't look good.
All right, I retract that sassiness. I will. This was actually a coin flip for me. I was debating on picking the Jets, but I just went with Saints because of dumb luck. I feel like the Saints are going to win due to dumb luck. Got the Falcons versus Panthers. This was also a coin flip, but I like Falcons more than I like Panthers.
I do too. At this point, ask me like what 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I would have had Carolina.
Yeah.
But Atlanta has had the better stretch since then. Carolina, not so much. They just fired their offensive coordinator. That type of stuff takes some time getting used to. So
I wasn't even thinking about that. I just generally like the Falcons more than I like the Panthers.
fair enough.
Cleveland versus Baltimore. I got Cleveland.
I have Baltimore.
I have Cleveland because Baltimore, a little too much luck went their way. Cleveland.
No, yeah, Baltimore is a lucky ass team. Don't get me wrong.
Didn't they just play?
They did 2 weeks ago.
The fuck?
I know. Scheduling is terrible this year.
The Eagles are like that.
Exactly.
I hate that. Why
Yeah.
Why did they schedule it like that?
Literally, like Lamar Jackson was talking to Myles Garrett after the game. They dapped each other up. Myles Garrett had some banter, and then they said, "Okay, see you in a couple weeks."
I hate that.
Literally what they said.
I hate the fact that that happened. Chargers versus Giants. I have the Chargers. Pretty good choice.
I also have the Chargers because
Why not?
it's the fucking Giants. I don't think I've ever predicted the Giants.
Yeah.
Has there been a week that I predicted the Giants? I don't think so.
Has there been? Yeah, there's been weeks that I picked the Giants. Via Tampa Bay versus Giants. Yeah. Denver versus Detroit. I got Denver. This was a coin flip though. Not gonna lie.
Wait,
What?
did I accidentally delete it? I don't remember.
You had Denver because I saw it before.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. How did I delete that?
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I must have pressed backspace on accident. It was Denver. I had Denver.
Yeah.
I didn't think I had Detroit. I was like, wait a second. What did I have?
Like they can fucking see like the predictions.
Wait, what?
I don't even know. Never mind. That was.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they have the screenshot.
Yeah. San Francisco versus Cincinnati. I have San Francisco. If you have Cincinnati, I will generally be shocked. All right. The only reason why I was going to be shocked if you had Cincinnati is because you were against Cincinnati for most of the
Cincinnati
time.
is such a weird team. I can't get to terms with them being a playoff competitive team.
They're kind of like the
Not yet, at least.
They're kind of like
Not
the
yet.
Chargers. I get the Chargers and Cincinnati at the same vibe.
Right. I guess
That's just me generally.
if I had to choose, I would pick Chargers over Cincinnati
Yeah, I would too.
as a playoff team.
I have to burp.
You would too? You would also pick Chargers over Cincinnati? Despite last week they played against each other and you picked Cincinnati over the Chargers?
Look, I don't control what. That was my past self.
Fair enough.
Tampa Bay versus Buffalo. I got Tampa Bay. Buffalo is looking terrible. Like, Josh Allen, get the fuck out of here. Chicago versus Green Bay. I got Green Bay. You know what Aaron Rodgers said when he scored that one touchdown at the Bear Stadium, I think it was? He said
That's right.
I don't even know what he said. What did he say? He said something about the Bears that was funny. That's
he
all.
said he owned them.
Yeah.
And then Tom Brady would later say, "Congrats to Aaron Rodgers for having a part-time ownership in the Chicago Bears."
That's so funny.
Yeah, I have Green Bay.
Arizona versus Rams. I have Cardinals.
I have the
Wow.
Rams. I feel fuck. That is not the.
You fucker. You blacked out my thing. Now, how would
Meant
they?
to bold it.
Yeah, we got 4 disputes. What were we gonna say about the Rams?
We do have 4 disputes, more than last week.
Yeah.
I think as far as the MVP race is concerned, I really like Matthew Stafford and Kyler Murray. My only thing is that Cardinals have had some weird circumstances recently, and I'm not too sure whether or not I'm a big fan of their chances going into the playoffs. I feel like I have more faith in the Rams making the Super Bowl than the Cardinals. I believe that the Cardinals will end with a better record overall, but I feel like Rams are more prepared for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's kind of like a gut feeling, but
Yeah.
I just feel like the Rams just like have it in them.
I seen a statistic, and the only good team that the Rams beat was the Buccaneers, but they beat like the Giants. They beat like bad
Really?
teams. Yeah. Here, you look up.
They beat the Colts.
Oh yeah, that is true. The mediocre team. Wait. Here are we talking about? Okay, you look up the Rams, and I'll look up the Cardinals schedule, and then we'll compare.
Rams beat Colts and Buccaneers back to back.
And then good teams that the Cardinals beat. The Cardinals beat the Rams. Cardinals beat the Titans. Only reason why I say that because Titans had Derrick Henry at that point. Cardinals beat them 38-13. They beat the Vikings, which doesn't really count. I guess they beat the 49ers.
Damn.
They were 3 points away from beating the Packers. Okay. Cardinals did lose to the Panthers. All right. Maybe they're equal. All right. They're kind of equal. Never mind.
Rams closed out against the Colts. It was a close game, but they closed out against the Colts. I consider that a good win from them.
Yeah, honestly, okay. I thought Cardinals beat better teams, but honestly, their schedule that they play are even. They're exactly even. And the only reason why I say that is because they got destroyed by the Cardinals got destroyed by the Panthers. They almost lost to the Vikings.
Margin of victory matters as well.
Yeah.
Because Rams beat Bears by 20. Okay.
Cardinals beat Titans by 25.
Rams beat Giants by 26.
Cardinals beat Jaguars by 12. The Cardinals beat Rams by 17.
I honestly feel like it was a pretty close game between the Rams and the Packers. Packers would end up winning 36-28. Yeah, Rams have had some weird losses, I will say.
Cardinals beat Browns by 24. Cardinals beat Texans by 25 plus points. Cardinals beat 49ers by 14 points. Cardinals beat Bears by 11 points. Cardinals beat Seahawks by 10 points. But they also lost to the Cardinals lost to the Panthers by 24 points. All right, I'm going to quickly go over just the transactions from last week before it is over with the playoffs for fantasy. I added Eli Moore, dropped Gallup.
His name is Elijah.
Brendan dropped Cam Newton, added Derek Carr. I dropped Williams. I added Williams and dropped Hunter Henry. And yeah. Wow, I like this little point of view. It's funny because you can hear me clearly. Yeah. But you probably can't hear Titus at all. Because I'm not going to use that camera's audio, so you literally can't do it. So it should be probably 5, 4, 3. Damn it. I thought I was going to guess it correctly. But thanks for watching. You want to say anything before we leave?
I have nothing to say.